Hey, sports fans, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Oh, man, what a game. I just want to give you my thoughts on Michigan's 32-29 victory in Lincoln, Nebraska. What a game. Oh, man. This was stress from like the very beginning. First half is like the first quarter, total defense, 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Michigan starts getting some points, some field goals. Having to settle for field goals instead of getting touchdowns. Haskins was rolled down. Then, of course, Cade's knee was down, so we don't get the touchdown there. I'm just going to say it, too. Like, why can't our special teams just go and hit the ball quickly? It's like they're all getting out there, la, 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 la. Moody just does 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, so he's finally ready to go. Oh, now, tweet. It's like, you just kick the ball quick, man. And the play doesn't get reviewed. There's 4 points right there. Just because the team, you got to know those things and just do it quick. Do it quick. I don't know. Maybe that's just an NFL thing. The NFL seems to know those things and they go quick because they know the play could be reviewed. Replay and refereeing was interesting throughout the night. I think the replays got it right every time, but man, it was just the reffing crew seemed to just be out of sorts. I don't know if I was just the only one that thought that. They made some interesting calls and non-calls, but that is what it is. It's the Big Ten reffing, I guess. As the winning fan, like, okay, whatever, new move on. As the losing fan, I'm sure Nebraska's going to have a few gripes there, obviously. One, you'll see the nice shot where Michigan scored a touchdown with, 0 was on the play clock. Obviously, the pass interference at the end of the first half that gave Michigan a first down and a 5 or something like that. So there are obviously some plays that Nebraska fans would rightfully disagree with, and I totally get that. I mean, the refs, I'm just surprised it wasn't the janitor crew who was doing the game, but he was doing, Iowa Penn State game. But anyway, focus on Michigan here a little bit. Just what a game. First quarter, like I said, no score. Second quarter, Michigan got going, but left points on the field. 13-0 at half. But I gotta say, too, that was one of the best 2-minute drives I can remember Michigan doing to get the 7 points there. It was great, the little short passes to Corum and other running backs. I thought they did a great job of hitting tight ends over the middle, short little passes when Nebraska would go into their cover 2 shell. It was a great job there. But the second half started and all of a sudden Nebraska flipped the switch. I don't know what happened, but obviously they saw some big opportunities on the Michigan defense. And man, they were explosive. First possession, did that wonderful little run pass option play. Denard did this great for Michigan. Just act like you're going to run. Oh, hold it. There goes your tight end right over behind the linebackers who sucked up to stop the run. Touchdown, boom, just like that. Denard did that all the time to Roy Roundtree, as I recall. Then, Michigan gets the ball back. 3-0. Great. They get the ball. And back and forth. The momentum in the third quarter totally went Nebraska's way. They got another touchdown. Michigan got a touchdown. Then Michigan, I really have to question the drive. I think it was Michigan 19 and Nebraska 14 at the time. And Michigan just got the ball back. And they just scored on a 10-play, 91-yard drive. And they decided to pass the first 2 plays. And Michigan had been just starting to wear down Nebraska. And they were getting 6-7 yards on the ground. It's like, why are we getting away from what is our bread and butter? If we can run the ball, let's run the ball. And then, of course, the first 2 plays were basically, to be fair, they were drops by Dalen Baldwin, I think. And then the third down play was a pick. Next play by Nebraska, touchdown, and they got the lead. And man, the momentum had totally switched. You got to credit this team. They did not fold. They did not give up. They fought back, and they went down, and they got points. And then Nebraska comes back with another big play. Nebraska was just killing us with big plays, man. Super creative plays. I'm like, wow. This is crazy. But I was talking to my buddy. I'm like, some things to look at here. Nebraska's 3-3 for a reason. They lose tight games for a reason. That's going to come into play here. It should come into play. They'll miss a kick or something or a turnover. And you saw Michigan almost have that on the drive where Nebraska got the lead back, the last score they got. Martinez threw a late pass down the sideline, and it went like right through the Michigan defender's arms for a big play. And then before that, too, I think it was a pitch that was a fumble, and then their guy fell on it. So they were getting some breaks on that drive. But it was like Nebraska was trying to shoot itself in the foot, but Michigan didn't take advantage of those yet. So Michigan comes back, gets the field goal, tie game, 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 1-ish, Adrian Martinez, I think. Well, Martinez, I'm just going to Martinez. He runs the ball, and he should have just gone down. He didn't, and he was being held up. He kept kind of fighting. The refs didn't blow the whistle. Maybe they should have blown the whistle. They didn't. And Brad Hawkins comes in, swipes the ball, strips the ball, recovers the ball, and goes the other way for a big return to like the 20-yard line. Michigan gets 3 runs. Nebraska has to use their 3 timeouts. Field goal by Moody. Kudos to Moody, man. 4 for 4 on field goals. Everyone was super important, man. Special teams was really good in the kicking game. Brad Robbins did a great job punting. Moody did a great job kicking. The return game was not that great. I think the Michigan special teams was reading too much into it, seeing how Nebraska does terrible on punt returns and kick returns, and like, okay, let's go and take advantage. I think Michigan did bad returns when they should have just fair caught it and got the ball at the 25, like Corum. Every time, he didn't make it past the 25 on any of his returns. And you just take the fair catch, don't risk any penalties. I know he's an explosive player, but he didn't get any, and Henning had like negative return yards tonight. So it's like, yeah, the return game, I think, was trying to do too much, and they, played it bad. But the kicking game, punting, field goals, great. So Michigan gets the ball, get the field goal, they're up by 3, 32-29. And man, the first play Martinez gets like a 20-yard pass, 25-yard pass out to midfield. Like, oh my word, really? It only took 10 seconds off the clock. But then, I think it might have been 2nd down. So I don't record the game. I can't watch it. I'll have to watch it later. But I think a huge key play here is either 1st or 2nd down there. Dax Hill blitzed from his slot spot. And that forced Martinez to make a high throw to their tight end who was coming across the field. And that was incomplete. And all of a sudden, that kind of threw off their rhythm. If that was 1st or 2nd down, I can't remember. But it threw off their rhythm. And then Michigan got another stop. And then, obviously, kind of almost like a Hail Mary. And Dax Hill was all over it and stopped them. And there you go. Michigan gets the win. What a game. Total props to Nebraska, man. They played their heart out. They played excellent offensively. Both teams totally got drained in the second half. Neither defense was really able to stop the run of the opposition. Michigan had like almost 200 yards rushing and 200 passing, I think it was. Martinez had 200-some yards rushing, 140 passing, 140 rushing. Just crazy offense in this game. It must have been really entertaining for people who had no rooting interest. For me, I was like on, life support. Like, every play is like, every time Nebraska got the ball to start in the second half, I'm like, they're going to go down and score. They're going to go down and score. It's like Michigan could not stop them. It was crazy. Michigan, though, just focus on them. Props to Nebraska. But Michigan made some plays when they had to make plays. And that's just the mark of a team that, it's interesting that Cade McNamara was interviewed after the game. And he said, no disrespect to the teams of years past, but he's like, those teams would lose this game, a night game on the road. And he's right. Michigan teams would lose those games. And so I'm not saying Michigan's anything like going to go crazy or anything. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying this team's different. They go into Wisconsin last week and win. They go on into Lincoln at night and win. Those are games that Michigan would typically lose. And they got wins. I mean, what can you say? The running backs, Haskins, Corum, excellent job again. Haskins was running his, so possessed. He would not go down. He was fighting for every extra yard. Corum out in space was great. Loved seeing that, how he cut the corner for his 29-yard touchdown run. And I got to give props to the Michigan offensive line. They swapped in, I think, 5 different guards in the game because of injuries. Zinter had to go out. Falaga, I always say his name wrong. He got injured. Like, man, they were just really trying their best, and kudos to the offensive line for how well they played. Ugh, it just was a great victory to go on the road and get that victory. Obviously, there's stuff to fix up. Cade has got to hit those deep shots when they're open. Oh, that goes back to just leaving the points on the field. Like, people are wide open down the field by a couple yards and he can't hit them. I gotta say, his short game was so much better, his intermediate game. But it's like his deep balls just weren't there tonight for whatever reason. Normally he's a great deep thrower. But tonight it wasn't there. So something to work on, obviously. Going into the bye week, rest up, work on some things. 6-0. I did not see this team being 6-0 to start this regular season. I thought we'd lose to Wisconsin, at Nebraska at night. Yeah. What are your guys' takeaways from this game? I mean, what a great game. Just let me know. Put them in the comments below. I'll try to respond as I can. I know I'm rambling on and on. But what a great game. The last thing I want to talk about. One last thing. So if you're still listening, thanks for that. I know I'm rambling. I loved it. As the broadcast was going off, you saw Aiden Hutchinson and Coach Harbaugh like screaming, pumped up, excited for the win. You could see them both screaming at each other and happy screaming. You could see Hutchinson say, "Let's go!" You know, it's all slow-mo and stuff. Like, yeah. Harbaugh didn't stop to talk to the media. He ran. He was so pumped up. If you listened to him on the way, like I did on the ride home, man, he sounded like he was almost like he sounded like he was like a happy drunk. His reactions were great. I mean, what energy from him. And I love it. Cade McNamara talked about that too. Like, he's got this energy about him this year. And he's feeding off the team, and the team's feeding off him. 6-0 going into the bye week. What can you say? Just great win. Pull it out on the road. Other teams, ranked teams, were losing. Again, Michigan finds a way to get the win. Do I think Michigan's a top 10 team in the country? Probably not. But you know what? They keep winning. Find a way to win. That's all I care about. Just win the next game. And next week's a bye week. Heal up and get ready for Northwestern. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. If you got comments, put them in this section down below. I'll try to respond as I'm able. Until I see you guys next time, go Blue!